Why is it that everyone is always trying to prove their worthiness? It's like everyone in this world is constantly trying to prove their worth, not only to others, but to themselves. That's like our number one job that we're always trying to work on, that we're always so focused on, hyper focused on, is being worthy. Being worthy to ourselves and being worthy to others. But the crazy part is that every single person is already worthy. Every single person is already worthy. What are we trying to prove? Like, seriously. I know it's so much easier to say that than to live it. This is coming from someone who's always been very insecure and who has had to work through that. But I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I wish I could understand why we never feel worthy already. And why it's like our number one job at all times to prove that we're worthy when we're already worthy. If you're alive, if you're living, if you're breathing, if you're watching this, you're already worthy. You don't have to prove that to anyone. Sure, you might have some things that you need to work on. Sure, you probably have your character flaws, as everyone does, right? Sure, there's probably things in your life that need to change or that you're not happy with. Sure, you may have some physical traits that you wish you could change, that you're ashamed of. But why does any of that mean that you're not worthy? Why does any of that mean that we are not worthy? Because what does it even mean to be worthy? I don't think being worthy means being attractive or being successful or being popular or any of those things that we try to attain in order to be worthy. I think being worthy just means being worthy of good things. And everyone is worthy of good things. Everyone deserves to feel love. Everyone deserves to feel happiness. Everyone deserves to feel joy. Just by being alive, you are already worthy of all of those things. I'm sorry if this is cliche, but like, do you look at certain flowers and think some of them are worthy and some of them aren't? Improving your weaknesses may allow you to gain more confidence and become a happier person and improve your life, but you shouldn't place your worth based off of those things because you are already worthy just as you are. I myself have always struggled with worthiness. When I was younger, I was literally so insecure that I hated myself. I would tell myself all the time that I hated myself. After many social interactions, I would just be consistently saying in my head over and over again, I hate myself. Why are you like this? Why am I like this? Why can't I be like this person? Why can't I be better? Why can't I be smarter? Why can't I be more fun? And I don't even know why I'm saying I used to. I still do that. And I constantly have to snap myself out of that because that is such toxic thinking. You would literally never look at one of your friends and be like, why are you like this? I hate you. You're so weird. You're so stupid. No one likes you. The difference is, though, I've definitely grown so much from that time in so many ways. Like, for one, every time I do have those thoughts about myself, I instantly catch it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to get mad at you for saying that because it's whatever, it happened. But like, please try not to say that again next time. Please try not to react in that way next time. And then I kind of just try to like reframe the situation and be like, you're not stupid. You're not weird. You're great just as you are. Now I would say my self-esteem is much higher and I've grown a lot and I'm way more confident, but at the very same time, I'm still super insecure deep down too. And my insecurities are constantly coming to the surface. I have this issue where I'm a perfectionist in a way. And it's like nothing I do is ever good enough. I'm constantly hyper-focused on my flaws. So much more than anyone else is because everyone is already hyper-focused on their own flaws. Even more so if you have social anxiety like myself. I don't even like saying that because I don't like reaffirming that, but at the same time, like, it just is what it is. Like, it's reality right now and that's fine. And I experience a lot of social anxiety, so I like hyper-focus on my flaws to a very unhealthy point, and I also place myself to a very unhealthy standard. I heard Sorella Moore say this once, I think that's her name, and I loved this so much. She was like, when people look at you, they don't see one flaw. They see you as a whole picture. But what that person sees in themselves is they magnify each of these flaws and they hyper focus on each of these flaws. But it's like we're all just doing that to ourselves. Like we all are in that headspace where we're just hyper focusing on our own flaws when there's like so much beauty around us that we're missing out on. I've always just absolutely longed to be someone who could just be present without hyper focusing on my flaws all the time. For example, this morning, I didn't do my morning routine and I slept in later than I wanted to, and it was one of my only days off from work. So I felt a lot of guilt about that. And I was like, why do you do this time and time again? But then I reframe it and I'm like, I've made so much progress this past year. Like, what are you talking about? Because it's true, I have. I literally get so much more done than I ever used to. Like a year ago, I was nowhere as productive as I am now. And so it's not like I don't recognize that or I don't have love for myself, but it's just this thing that I know we all struggle with. We know that like in retrospect or when looking at the bigger picture, we know, that we've grown a lot or we do love ourselves and we love who we are. But it's like just this pattern that continues to come up that we constantly have to work through where it's like we're always just analyzing ourselves and feeling like we're not good enough and we need to do better and we need to be better. And then the other problem is that I can get too excited about my wins as well, because that's also kind of like coming from this place of unworthiness. Is like when you do something that was a win or you accomplish something, then it's like you get so hyper excited about it. And when really the answer to self-acceptance and worthiness really lies within feeling neutral about every situation, staying neutral about our wins and our losses, staying neutral about our failures and our successes, staying neutral about our growth and our setbacks, just observing and accepting all of it for what it is. So I'm not really sure what the point of this video is, to be honest with you. I just felt called to talk about worthiness because it's just such a common thing that we're all struggling with. It's one of the most universal things I feel like is just that feeling of wanting to constantly prove that we're worthy. And we all do it in different ways. Like whether we obsess over our appearance or we obsess over our success or we obsess over dating, whatever it is, we all show that toxic trait in different ways. But I just want everyone to know that if you feel unworthy, know that everyone else is struggling to prove their worthiness as well. You don't need to do anything or be anything to be worthy, okay? You are worthy of living a life that makes you happy. You are worthy of experiencing life to the fullest. And to me, that is what life is truly about. Not our accomplishments, not our success, not our wins. What life is about is experiencing life. That is what life is about. Experiencing life. And another thing that worsens this unworthiness feeling is comparison. It's always comparison. It doesn't make any sense to compare wherever we are at on our journey to wherever someone else is at on their journey. I'm sure there's people who look at me and they're jealous of me for some ways. They think I'm more evolved than them. But how I always feel as a person is that I'm way behind than a lot of people. I'm always focusing on the people that I feel like are doing better in life than me. I'm always seeing other people who post content and I'm like, wow, why can't I be like them? Or why can't I get the engagement that they have? And all of these stupid little things. And it's like, you know what? There's also someone looking at me thinking the same thing. No matter what, there's always someone who wishes they could be where you're at in some place of life. Just like you're wishing that you could be like where someone else is at in some place of life. And it's like we're all just doing life in our own time. Maybe I'm in chapter 20, maybe you're in chapter 5, maybe you're in chapter 100. I don't know, we're all doing life differently. But I just want everyone watching this to feel less alone because we're all feeling the same way. We're all going through similar things and we're all just trying to be seen and be heard in this world. So let's build ourselves up so that we can build others up. Let's stop tearing ourselves down. Because if we're going to tear ourselves down, we can't be that light for someone else. It starts with us. It starts with our own self-love, and then that love is able to grow and expand into other people's lives. So something I want you to start practicing in your life, if you don't already, is anytime you get those negative thoughts about yourself, which I still do all the time, so I'm sure that you likely do as well, reframe the situation. Because often when I do get really triggered by anxiety or my insecurities, I will have very intrusive thoughts. But almost every time I have those intrusive thoughts, I usually catch it right away and I turn it around and I reframe that thought. And I literally think to myself, okay, I'm sorry for saying that. I love you, Sierra. I don't hate you. You are trying. You are doing the best that you can. You've grown so much, and that's all that matters. And good thing that you learned from this situation, from whatever that's bothering you. Good thing that you learned from it, and maybe you won't do it again. So if you don't already do that, I highly encourage you to, and also be a light for others as well. Compliment other people whenever you can. Be the one person that compliments someone that day. And always point out what you love about people. Even if they make you feel insecure or you're jealous of them in that aspect. I swear it helps so much to literally just tell someone what you admire about them, even if it's something that you wish that you had yourself. This is something that I've started to do. It just feels so much better to just look at someone and be like, wow, I love your style. Like, your style really inspires me. Or, wow, you have such good social skills. You're so good at talking to people. Everyone loves you. Because giving those compliments to other people and sharing with others what you love about them, that kind of love and admiration is going to reflect back to you. Because if you want to receive more love, then the answer is always to give more love. Give more love. Give more acceptance. Give more admiration. And that will reflect back to you. Okay guys, thank you for joining me in today's video. I hope it resonated. I hope I was able to create some sort of a safe space for you. And if it did resonate, then feel free to give it a like or comment. That really helps support me in the YouTube algorithm, but it's totally cool if you don't feel like it either. More importantly though, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet and you do enjoy my content, or you would just like a safe space to come back to every week, then definitely subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you here. You are so welcome and accepted here. But other than that, I really hope that I see you in my next video. Blessings to you all.